talking about stillness inside movement. So when we're moving really slowly. And inside the movement, we're looking at what we call stillness inside the movement. A quietness that happens inside the movement. We're going to I'll pick a particular exercise. So we'll pick a couple of them so you can experience them. So we're going to pick really simple exercises, so then you don't have to think about how to do this. So your mind's not occupied in trying to work out what I'm doing to follow me to get the exercise right. So we're not going to do a complicated exercise. We're going to do very simple exercises so that your mind can work it out really quickly. So then you don't have to think about it. First one we're going to do is an exercise called Nature's Fragrance Drifts Up from the Stream. It's got a very long name, and it's a very simple exercise. But there's lots going on in this exercise. So they start with your palms facing towards the ground. And you turn your palms up, and then you bring the hands up. And you come up to your mouth, turn the hands over, and then take the hands down. Now there's lots going on with this exercise. It's an exercise that has lots of functions, but we want to use it just for one thing. I will explain the method of this exercise. I'll tell you a little bit about it so you're not in the dark with it. And the breathing, of course, you breathe in as you come up to your mouth, and then breathe out as you go down. So it's a regulation exercise. It's the last exercise in the Shuba Shu system. It's number 18. Breathing in. And then breathing out. So when we finish a set of exercises, you want to return all the surplus energy that's moving around your body. Just you keep doing this, and I'll explain it a bit, but just keep doing the exercise. So breathe in and breathe out as your hands come down. Just go nice and slowly. So breathing in. So what it does is gets all the surplus energy that's in your arms and your legs and your torso and your spine and your mind and everything, and returns all that surplus energy back to your lower dantian, to your physical center. So all the energy goes back to the lower dantian. This is the exercise does that. It breathes in and then returns the chi to your lower dantian at the end of the set of exercises. Now, in the end of Tai Chi forms, if you do Tai Chi, if you've seen Tai Chi, you'll see at the end of the form, they'll do this movement. Yep, sometimes it's done like that, sometimes it's done like that. And they'll return the chi back to the lower dantian. Or sometimes it's done with a circle movement, and they return the chi back to the lower dantian. It's the same thing. They're doing the same thing, returning all the surplus energy out of your arms and bringing it back. It's to store it back in your lower dantian. Your lower dantian goes back to your kidneys, from your kidneys to the extraordinary vessels. So it gets stored back in the body again, so for later use. So this exercise is what that does is that's the part of the exercise. It also activates and gets the microcosmic orbit. I'm just telling you the whole function of this, but there is lots of other parts as well. It comes up your spine, and then the energy comes down the front, comes up the back, up your spine, and then come down to your front. And it has this cyclic movement going on up your spine, down the front of your body, like a big circle. It comes up your spine and down the front. It doesn't know the breath. Yep. Comes up the spine and then comes down the circle. So this is happening while we're doing this exercise as well. That's the mechanics of the exercise, but we're not going to use it for that. We want to use it to experience the stillness. And so we're going to just breathe in. And then breathe out. Good, breathe in. And I want you to observe the stillness in your arms and the quietness. You want to do this exercise with as at least amount of muscles as possible, and feel like the energy is moving your arms and not physically. Now, the terminology in Tai Chi and in Qigong is called Wu Wei. Wu Wei means non-action. It's like doing nothing the best you can. Doing nothing well is the terminology. Non-action is when you're not doing anything and the energy is doing it for you. There's lots of pieces to it, but we just settle for that for the moment. So we're learning how the body, the arms rise. You just go slowly in the arms. Let the arms float up. And feel like the energy is moving your arms. And then bring your hands down slowly. Now I want you to observe the stillness as you do that. At this stage, you could be focusing on the breath. I want to take the breath off you too, so you can't worry about the breath. So I just want you to breathe in and out normally. It doesn't matter whether you're breathing in on the way up or breathing on the way out. You can just breathe in and out. And just do the exercise and don't think about the breathing. Just focus on the arms moving. Just focus on the stillness in the arms. Good. Next thing you want to take you off is your sight. So just look out, look ahead of you, but don't look at anything. They call it look without looking. So you don't focus on anything, just look out and don't look at anything particular. If you catch yourself looking, disengage with the stare and just look at nothing, best you can. Your eyes are used to, or actually it's not your eyes looking, by the way, it's your brain looking, and your brain's used to focusing on things and it want to keep focusing on it. So you're going to teach your brain not to do that. Just look out without looking at anything. And just be aware of everything. Good. So now you're not aware of any breathing. You don't have to think about the breathing. You don't have to think about looking. And if you feel any discomfort in your body, I want you to let that discomfort go as well and come back to just being aware of the stillness of your arms moving. Just do this last one and stop. Good, and just rest there. So you'll be aware of what was going on in there, and everybody's going to be different. Nobody will be the same. Well, you could be similar, but not necessarily the same, because human beings are different. You'll notice that you'll watch your mind focusing on the breath. It starts to worry about the breath. It starts to worry about whether your arms are the same speed or not. It starts to occupy itself. So it starts looking out. It starts doing all these sorts of things inside the stillness, because it doesn't like being still, because it's used to being really busy. And so, well, I shouldn't say it used to be. Most people's minds are used to be busy. Some people's minds can be quiet. So it's not used to this inactivity or lack of activity, and so it doesn't know what to do in this place. So it tries to occupy itself, and as I say, it'll focus on the breathing, it'll focus on the arms, it'll focus on where you're looking, it'll focus on your feet. It'll just start wandering off. It'll start thinking of what you're going to do after you're doing this class. It'll think of what you did yesterday. It'll do something. As a part of it is you're beating your mind into submission to actually just stay present and go nowhere else. And when you do that, there's nothing for the mind to do, because this exercise is so simple. You don't have to think of anything. You know how to do it. It's really easy. So you don't have to focus on how you do it. You don't have to focus on the breathing. You don't have to focus on what you're looking at. With the mind, you're just in case you're taking all the mind's activities off it, which is a good thing. We're going to go back this time. So I want you to observe your process around this, of what actually happens to you. And you can message me if you like and tell me your experiences of this. And it'll be different. As I say, it'll be different. But you get to watch your own process. You get to watch your own mind beating itself up about what it likes to do inside stillness, because it won't like it. I should say, I would imagine it won't like it, because I don't know. You actually might like it, but your mind might not. I don't know. We'll find out. So just observe what's going on. Observe the processes happening inside this exercise. I'm going to give you another exercise. I'm going to stay with this one, because this one you've already worked out how to do this one, so you don't have to think about it. Just watch what happens. Remember, don't look at anything. Yeah. Don't think about the breathing. Just observe the stillness and the quietness inside your body. Bring your hands up. Turn them over at your lips, and then bring them down. Bring them up. Don't even worry about where they turn over at the top. Somewhere up by your head, somewhere. So you don't even have to have a focal point, so it does give your mind something to think about. Just turn them over the top. Good. Now I want you to go slower. Just observe your process in your mind. Good, and again. Good. Go slower again. Don't look at anything. Don't think about the breathing. Don't think about your arms. Go slow. And just watch what's happening inside your mind. Good. And stop there. I love that place. Now you'll have lots of different reactions to that. You'll either find it very uncomfortable or you'll find it very nice. Or you could find it neutral, you won't find anything, you'll have your own experience. Inside the stillness, there's a quietness inside the stillness, and I find when I go into that place, I pull myself out of the world and I'm in a different place of existence. There's me and then there's the world outside, and it's going faster and I'm going slower than everything else. And I enter like a different realm of existence inside that quietness. If I go down the beach with all the people down there, and when I train in the mornings, if I go down the beach and I'm doing this, and everybody else is walking faster, they're swimming, they're doing whatever, but they're all going quicker, and I go slower than them, I go slower as that. That's like I'm in a different place. I mentioned in the other class, it's like that time-lapse one where you see an intersection in a busy street with all the people going flat out, and there's somebody standing still in the middle, and they're not moving, everybody else is going fast. It feels exactly like that. It's a bizarre experience. It's like there's them and then there's me. And it's a very unique experience. It's like another experience in life where you're not in the same place where everybody else is. You know, I encourage you to try that one. It's the busy street ones are very interesting. All you have to do is go slower. I want to do one more exercise. Do another exercise, but I'm trying to pick another easy exercise so you don't have to think about it too much. So we'll do an exercise from the 5-element Qigong system. And we're going to do, actually, now we'll use it from the 6 healing sounds. We'll go to a different system again. The 6 healing sounds, we'll use the San Jiao exercise from the 6 healing sounds. From there, you have your hands at the bottom. You just put your wide angle, Sam. Sam, can you do the wide? Thanks, man. Go from the bottom, and you've got to turn your hands over, and then you've got to turn your hands up so the palms are facing up, and it's like gathering energy from heaven, and you're going to pull it through your body and push it down to lower dantian. Really simple. Turn your hands up and then bring it down the center back to your lower dantian. Good. So I'll let you let all that go. Don't worry about the breathing. Just go slow. Just breathe in and out normally and just go slow. And just be aware of your arms. You don't have to look at them, just be aware, and don't look at anything in your room. Don't look at anything anywhere. And then bring your arms down. Don't worry whether you're doing it at the same speed as me. Just do it at your own speed. Don't look at anything. Just be aware of your arms moving slowly and just observe the stillness. Good. Relax, relax the body. Don't watch your breathing. Just observe the stillness and the quietness. Very good. Good. Do one more. Very good. And then relax. Now you'll have your own experience of that. Fascinating. Message me if you have any questions about that. So I just noticed my own experience just then that the birds are flying around and there's lots of birds in the garden. They're going way faster than that. I'm going way slower than they're going. And I can experience even not only the humans, there's people around the back of us building, and I can hear them and I can hear the activity and I can hear the activity of the bird, and I'm not in that place, I'm in a different place. And Qigong is one of those beautiful ways. Tai Chi does the same thing, takes you into the space because you go slow in Tai Chi as well. It takes you into a different place of existence, so you have a different experience in life, different than you normally do when you're walking around out there. And as I say, one of the easiest ways to feel this is to go out to the street with a busy street and just go slower than everybody else is walking. Walk really slowly, and all of a sudden everybody goes past you and you're sort of walking slowly. Or if you want to, you can just stop and don't move. And don't look at anything though. Just observe everything, just be aware of everything, but don't look at anything and just stop. And you'll sit and you'll be able to feel everything moving. You'll be able to feel the speed. As I talked in the other class, everywhere in the countries in the world are different. Countries are different, cities are different, villages are different. Everything's different. Everybody has a different, slightly different speed. They move at a different speed. They drive at a different speed. It's a bizarre watching how the world has a different speed level, and because everybody is used to that speed, they all travel at the same speed. And no matter where you are in the world, if you take that speed and put it somewhere else, it's totally different speed in another country. But where this speed, it's that one, because everybody's used to doing that, and they're used to that speed. It's sort of like a cadence. It's fascinating. Have a beautiful day, everybody, and we'll see you next week. And have any questions, please ask about the stillness. This is only some aspects of the stillness. Have a watch of the advanced class and you'll see some other parts of that as well. Enjoy your day in the quietness and in the stillness. Have a beautiful day, everybody. Roll back on your thumbs. Bring your left hand underneath. Two thumbs, touching two thumbs. Go. Make a fist with your left hand, cover it with your right. Bring it towards your heart. And then down to your lower physical center, down to your lower dantian. Very good. Have a beautiful week, everybody. Bye-bye.